If you've ever decided to start documenting processes, one of the first questions you probably asked was, where do I even begin? And it's a fair question because when you look at everything your business does, there's a lot you could document. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 filters that we use to figure out exactly which SOP to build first in businesses. And if you are new here, we are Operations Revenue. We build businesses' standard operating procedures, SOPs, and operations manuals in Notion. So they can onboard faster, run more consistently, and scale without everything depending on one person. So there are 4 questions that we ask. And you don't need all 4 to say yes. Even if 2 of them point to the same process, that is your starting point. Question number 1. Does this process directly make you money? And we call this the customer journey. It is every step from the moment a customer first contacts your business to the moment the job is complete and even beyond. So typically it starts with a customer reaching out to your business, and then your intake or onboarding process, then the service delivery or fulfillment, then the completion, and then the post-completion process. And the post-completion process, typically you're asking for a testimonial or a Google review, Yelp review, or inviting the customer to your referral program, for instance. So for a restaurant, as an example, that's from the reservation or walk-in through the order, the preparation, the service, and the payment. For a landscaping company, that is from the inquiry, the first inquiry call, through the estimate, the job, and the final invoice. And if this process in your business is inconsistent, meaning if different people on your team handle it differently every time, it directly affects your bottom line and also your reputation. And this is almost always the first thing we build with our new clients because everything else sits on top of it. Question number 2, what do you repeat the most? I want you to think about the last 2 weeks. What did you explain to your team more than once? What question did they ask that they've asked before? Or what did you have to show someone that you've shown a dozen times already? That is your highest return SOP, time-saving wise. Because every time you document a high-frequency process, you're not just saving time once. I'm going to give you an example. A client we worked with had a pizza restaurant. The owner was the only person who knew in the business how to manage a dough. Dough management is a thing apparently, so he knew how to move the dough and when to move it, when it was too cold, when it was ready. And he told us that he'd explained this hundreds of times. Dough management was one of the first SOPs we built for him in his manual. Not because it was the most complex process, but because it was the one that kept pulling him back in the business. Question number 3, what is the most painful when it goes wrong? Every business has a process where a mistake is expensive. Maybe it's a step in your service delivery. Skipped, it means redoing the whole job. Maybe it's how a complaint gets handled in your business. One wrong move and you lose a client completely that you worked hard to get. Maybe it's how your team hands off a job between shifts. So ask yourself, if someone on my team did this process wrong today, what would it cost me? And if the answer involves money or a client or your reputation, that process needs to be documented before it happens again. Question number 4, what is stuck in someone's head? And this might be your head as well as a business owner. And this one is about risk. If one of your team members left tomorrow or went on a vacation or got sick, what would break in your business? What knowledge walks out the door with them? We had a client, for instance, in the signage industry with over 130 people in their team. And we figured out that a lot of their processes lived with specific people. The moment those people aren't available, things stall and they start missing deadlines, and that is person dependency. And the longer that knowledge stays undocumented in your business, the more exposed your business is. So go through these 4 questions and see which process keeps coming up. Your revenue generating customer journey or client journey, your most repeated process, your most painful if it goes wrong, and whatever is stuck in someone's head. If the same process shows up in 2 or more of these, start there. Not with a list of 50 SOPs, not with everything at once, just a single one. Build it well, get into a format your team can actually find and use, then move to the next one. Now, once you know which SOP to build first, the next question is how to build it well. Because a poorly structured SOP is almost as useless as no SOP at all. If your team cannot find it or cannot follow it, it won't get used. And this is important, especially when you have a lot of SOPs and you actually start developing your operations manual. And if you want help with that, that is our core offering. We build businesses, SOPs, and operations manuals all day, every day. And we offer two ways to work with us. Number one is our custom operations manual development service, where we work with you one-on-one, we get on calls with you, we extract your processes from your head or your team's head, build the framework of your manual, build your SOPs, and put everything together in a fully structured operations manual in Notion. That's done for you, start to finish. Number two is our industry-specific template manuals. We have 12 pre-built operations manual templates that you can customize for your business. I will link both of them in the description below. And if this video was useful, please subscribe, because we put out more content on building the systems that let you step back from the day-to-day.